Hi guys, today I want to show you how I sand my intaglios to send them out to be framed. These are a little bit too thick to be framed, so I'm going to sand them down. There's a little bit of chips around the edges, and it's a little bit of interior stuff that I want to sand away to make it a little bit more finished. So I'm going to start with a P60, which is a very thick grit sandpaper, to sand it down to a thinner consistency, probably about this thickness, to be able to put behind a mat and glass to frame. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and do some finish work with a P60, which is a very fine grit sandpaper, to do my finishing on the edges. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start by sanding these down. That's about a good thickness to be framed. So I'm going to keep it at that. We're about even right across. You want to make sure there's no unevenness. This is a little uneven right here, so I'm going to sand that out a little bit. And that's pretty good. So let's do the next one. This is why I try to not go too thick with the plaster in my molds, because the thicker I go, the more I have to sand them out, and it's just a waste of time. So more prep work on the beginning takes away all the work at the end of sanding and finishing. Pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and do some finishing work around the edges. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that finer grit and start sanding around the edges. Just want to get rid of any chips and imperfections you might see around those edges. Now, if you were going to keep this for yourself and it didn't bother you, then you wouldn't have to worry about doing sanding at the end, but these are being sent to a customer and I want them to be blown away by the quality of the intaglio. So I want it to be nice and clean, and I want them to see nothing but that beautiful imprint from the flower. So to me, a little bit of finishing work is how I like to do it. Okay, that one looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and do this one. Now, you're not pressing too hard with the sandpaper because you don't want to leave more scratches and things. Just a very light swipe of it does a good job. I'm gonna go ahead and sand right here a little bit. Okay, and there you go. It's nice and ready to be packaged up and sent out to be framed by the customer. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm going to show you in one of my next videos how I frame these myself. So stay tuned, make sure to subscribe and like, and we'll see you on the next one.